So, everybody knew homeless levels in Ireland was high. Well, it just hit a new record yesterday. And it's frightening. It's frightening. It really is frightening to take that a good, no, nearly 10,000 people are homeless. That's just a frightening number. It's not one or two that's homeless, it's 10,000. And that's really frightening. To me, it's frightening hearing it. It's frightening because these people are only people. They're no big noises. And you never know what could happen next. You never know who you might know that might end up in the streets. And it's such a sad thing. Like, there was a person yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that died in Cork. And he was sleeping rough. And it just breaks your heart. It really does break your heart to see people who fall in hard times and then they can't get back up because this country is just a corrupt mess. And bringing in people from the Middle East and West Africa, when there is a housing crisis too going on, is a ridiculous thing to do. As they say, as firefighters usually say, you don't leave the fire when it starts the fire, you put it out. You don't leave it for an hour and come back because then it'd be an inferno. And that's what I mean here. When there's not enough houses, why would you take more people? It's common sense. You deal with the problem at hand with the 10,000 people. Then you'd be like, we have a bit more room. We might have taken a few more people, but it's not making things easier on the migrant crisis. It's not making it easier, and it's just really sad. Like, there is 12 people homeless in Cavan, and in emergency accommodation, and there is 9 I think in Mulholland. Which I'm in Cavan, I'm just above Monaghan. It's just really sad, really sad. It's just really sad. I can't really describe it in any other words. Like, it's just like it's hitting new record highs. Like, if we don't get a hold on this, we look maybe 20,000 maybe by the end of the 2025 maybe. Like, that's nearly 10,000 more people. That's what the record really the record saying that could happen. 20,000. 25,000 they said, sorry. Like, if we don't get this sorted out by 2025, like, that's terrible. That's literally terrible. I know it's bad now, but good God, imagine 25,000 people homeless. Like, we're getting at how the house people are already. Like, it was dwindling at the beginning of December. It was dwindling to 9,000, and I was happy that I wasn't happy there was still 9,000 people on homeless on the street and in emergency accommodation, but I was happy that it went down at least 1,000 or so. At least I was thankful that it went down. And now it's just worse. It's got worse. That's really the best way to describe it. I don't know what this country, I don't know really what government we have. I don't know what they plan to do next, because literally it seems like everything they plan to do or anything they even have an idea for, it's just making things 10 times worse. Like, I just don't know, really. I really couldn't tell you how this. The first things first, we should just deal with the people in the country first, and then take in the migrants when we have space. Because with a housing crisis and a crisis with this amount of homeless, 10,000 is really just not a number to be thrown around. To be honest, 10,000 is a lot. It's a lot of people, especially a lot of lives, a lot of Irish people's lives, and it's up to the Irish people and the Irish state to stand up and fight for them people, because these people have lost their voice, and that's really the thing is. When you're homeless, you lose everything. You lose your human dignity, and that's one thing you lose. That's mainly, you lose everything. It's just really sad, and my heart really goes out to everybody that's homeless, because even though politicians could say we're going to do this, we're going to do that, I can't really do much, and that's really the thing. I can give bits and pieces of money to charities, to homeless charity Focus Ireland, to other charities that help the homeless, but it's not really big amounts, to be honest with you. It's a good amount, but it's not much that could help somebody get on their feet or anything like that. It's not much, and that's something that's always going to stay with me, but We can all try our best to help each other out, and that's what I try and do sometimes. I just try and give whatever I can to help these charities, but you know, it is hard. It is hard to balance the money. I know myself. It is hard to balance money out evenly and to figure out where should I spend this money and what should I do with this money. It is really hard. I really don't blame people for losing a couple of money, because literally the only day, as I was taught really from my father, your health and your well-being, and these people's well-being has obviously been under threat because they're out in the street, and they're more risk of mental health problems. Your health and your wealth. Your health is better than your wealth. Because I think I would rather live in the street and have, perfect lungs and everything like that, and have perfect health and not have any diseases or anything. I think I'd rather have that than not have a house. Because with these poor people are suffering in the rain and in the snow, and it's just sad. It's really sad to have to put up with all these dangerous weather effects and snow and rain and the rest of it when we do get snow and all. But it is really sad. It's really, really sad that this country is sitting back and letting these people suffer. But please God, we can get a few more people. At least if we can get it down to 7,000 at least. Maybe sub 3,000 people in houses. Imagine that. 3,000 less people on the streets. 3,000 less people who at a risk of dying on the streets. 3,000 people that would be a bit more happier that they have a roof over their head. But let's hope to God, and let's hope that this government will do whatever they can that's humanly possible to end this, to root out homelessness once and for all. Thank you for watching.